We are back. Now, apologies for being absent on second channel. We're gonna get going on trying to get this this channel rolling again. However, I was absent because I was working on main channel stuff. If you didn't watch my new video on the main channel, worked really hard on it. It's probably the best video I've ever made. Hopefully you guys check it out. It's about the highest stats in Pokemon, and I kind of like present it in a cool way that I hope you guys enjoy. It's way more interesting than it sounds. So go ahead and check that out if you want. That being said, today, it's a new season. I'm a couple of days late, and that's because I was busy. But I did not make it to Champion Tier last season. I said I was going to make a push in the final 3 days. Fortunately, the final 3 days were my birthday celebration, because I am 27 now. But yeah, we are using a team that I wanted to use last season, but we're just going to use today. Instead, I wish I could have showcased it in Master Ball Tier. We're going to be showcasing it on our climb out of Pokeball Tier. This is made by Dragonair Jordan. It is an Altaria team with a Mega Venusaur and a Mega Excadrill. Now, Altaria is really slept on in this format because this format is very weather-oriented. And with Cloud9, you turn off all the effects of weather. Altaria is able to wall out Charizard, and with Will-O-Wisp and Roost, not wall out a Life Orb Garchomp, but come pretty close to doing it, cutting its damage significantly and making the game easier for your Venusaur and Milotic and Excadrill. Now, Milotic and Altaria pair very well into Sun, as you turn off the weather and Milotic is able to go for Coil and Hypnosis and Muddy Water and not have to worry about Solar Beams, nor does it have to worry about being basically having its damage cut by Sun. Altaria is also able to set up Tailwind and stuff, and if they do lead off with like Charizard and Whimsicott, you're able to go for a Brave Bird immediately into Whimsicott and hopefully knock it out if they're not super defensive invested. Usually you just go for Muddy Water and the Brave Bird. We have Venusaur, who also appreciates the lack of weather, as you don't have to worry about sun damage, and you're also able to make sure that you're not like, you know, worrying about Electroshot from Archaludon eventually just winning the war of attrition. And Excadrill kind of in the same position. One of the cool things with Mega Excadrill here is that you're able to go for Horn Drill, which is a contact move, and Piercing Drill makes it so contact moves hit through Protect. While it is for a quarter damage, Horn Drill does infinity damage. So a quarter of infinity is still infinity, and you still get the one shot. That being said, if you do miss the Horn Drill on the Protect, you're able to follow up with Stomping Tantrum, which does double damage. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here are the stats if you guys want to check it out. No rental code. Dragonair Jordan absolutely cooked with this team. It's my favorite team of the last season. Hopefully we can climb pretty effectively today. All right. By the way, if you're wondering what I did for my birthday, I went to the Monday Night Raw show and I saw CM Punk win the World Championship. Oh my god, wait. Is this one of the tutorial teams? Apologies, guys. It's one of the tutorial teams. At the very least, is this not one of the... This has to be one of the tutorial teams. This feels like one of the tutorial teams. Is Barrett even a real person? Are they even a real person? I don't know. Let's lead off with... let's just do Milotic. We'll bring Excadrill in the back because it's funny. I should probably bring Venusaur if it's a real person, but I'm going to assume it's not a real person. We'll bring Grimmsnarl. Alright, hopefully this goes quick. There's no way this is a real person. This looks like a tutorial team. Gengar Charizard. Is this a real person? I don't know. Alright, let's Tailwind up and go for the Coil. Tailwind. Coil. And we'll just spam Muddy Water and Brave Bird. Yeah, no Mega Evolution. This is a bot. Apologies, guys. I forfeited my first game on ladder, and I think it put me... I forfeited my first game because I thought I was recording and I wasn't. And it put me against a possible bot. So... Scary face. Okay, yeah, this is a bot. Let's click Muddy Water. Let's click Muddy Water and be done with this. I am at +2. With increased accuracy, the match is over. We're done. Okay. Let's go for the Brave Bird. And the Muddy Water. Do they even have items? Venoshock. Cool. Wouldn't it be crazy if I get, like, actually knocked out here? Flame Charge. I feel really bad if this is a real person. I just don't believe it is, because it's Nightshade, Venoshock, Flame Charge, Scary Face. Like, this is a bot. All right. Steelix and what? Azumarill? Drampa. Okay, cool. Unfortunately, Drampa's the annoying one because we're not going to be able to KO it this turn, but I don't know. Maybe we can. Maybe we can. Let me go for Brave Bird and the Steelix in case it's sturdy. Just to make sure we don't have to deal with that. Muddy Water, of course, can't miss with the Coil Boost. Get rid of the Steelix, and I'm gonna hope that Brave Bird, Muddy Water KOs Drampa from this range. Just so we can get done with this. This is a minor annoyance. Facade, yeah. Yeah. Alright. Let's get this guy out of here. I think that gets it. It's single target. Okay, cool. Let's move on from that. Let's move on from that. And let's continue. Hopefully I can get a pretty good Excadrill game in here. Oh my god, rank 3. Thank you to everyone who believed in me. Okay. This guy's got numbers in his name, so he's got to be real. Yeah, this is a real team. Pretty phenomenal lead for Altaria and Milotic. I wish I could bring Excadrill here. I mean, I could if I get rid of the Charizard early enough, but I think that Venusaur is just better. I think Final Mon Incineroar makes sense, so yeah. Luckily, Roselli Berry allows us to eat the Moonblast, so I can just go for Brave Bird, Muddy Water, turn 1. I have to do that instead of coiling because if I get Encore locked, the match is basically over. He's got Garchomp. Okay. I mean, Will-O-Wisp is not a terrible play here. But I think I'd rather just get rid of the Whimsicott. Like, I have Incineroar. So I'm going to Brave Bird Muddy Water. Garchomp is likely Life Orb. Hopefully they don't just outright KO my my Altaria. Rock Slide. Okay, cool. That's not going to KO. That is definitely Life Orb damage, though. Hopefully I don't get flinched. Brave Bird. Let's see if you're Sash. I don't even think that KOs if they're not Sash. And Milotic flinches and can't move. That's great. Gotta be kind of careful from this point on. Let's go Incineroar, Intimidate, and go for the Muddy Water. Unfortunately, I got a lot of damage on my Altaria there without a lot of reward, and I can't coil up in front of Garchomp because I'm going to get Encored. So let's Intimidate to cut the damage. Probably just another Rock Slide. Dazzling Gleam, interesting move choice. Critical hit on Milotic is a little bit annoying. Go for Dragon Claw. Shouldn't KO. I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm not liking this. Hopefully I can connect on both. Cool. Now, I do have Fake Out pressure next turn. I wish I had Recover, but I don't. It's not the end of the world, though. Accuracy drop on the Garchomp is pretty nice. If they go into their Charizard here, I could try Fake Out Coil. Fake Out Coil's not terrible. The question is, do I live? Protect is probably safer. I think my play here... My play here is going to be Parting Shot on the Garchomp and Protect. Get a little bit of recovery there. See Rock Slide. Hopefully I don't get flinched here. They might even just miss. Nope. All right. I need to not get flinched here. That'd be great if I could not get flinched. They're likely going to Solar Beam. Yep. All right, we get the Parting Shot off. And, I'm going to show them Cloud9 so they don't Solar Beam. Maybe that's, like, wishful thinking. Let's go to Venusaur. That Rock Slide did do a lot. And Garchomp is clearly faster. So I think what I need to do is... I have to Giga Drain the Garchomp to get rid of it. And I'm going to go into Incineroar. I can't risk them going for Rock Slide here, which it looks like they are. Because if they do go for Rock Slide, then I can just lose my Altaria and then get Solar Beamed anyways. And I think that's what they're going for. Because they know I can go Altaria. Then again, I'm in literally Pokeball tier. So, like, at this point in the ladder, where it's been, like, 2 days, it's either I'm playing against someone who's really good at the game and just hasn't, you know, had the time to get out of Pokeball tier, or I'm playing against someone who's kind of bad. Alright, Weather Ball's going to hurt, but hopefully we KO the Garchomp. I was kind of hoping it would connect its move, so it would take Life Orb Recoil, but whatever. No. It did not connect its move, so it's not taking Life Orb Recoil. I do have Protect Parting Shot, though, and their Tailwind's running out. Go for Protect. Parting Shot the Charizard. I'm kind of hoping that Garchomp goes for Earthquake, to be honest. Yeah, I needed them to take the Life Orb Recoil. All right, there's the Rock Slide. Oh my god, they're not going to drop. This is actually kind of bad. I kind of needed them to drop there. Dude, that accuracy drop's actually kind of hurting me. All right, there's the Parting Shot. It does help a little bit. Going to my Milotic here. All right. How do I do this? Two turns left to Harsh Sunlight. If I can just make sure there's no more Sunlight for the rest of the game, I can totally win. I think I have to Giga Drain here. And I'm going to go into Altaria. Hoping that they try to Solar Beam my Milotic and just swing with the Garchomp. Dragon Claw. Okay, that's not good. They definitely Weather Balled. But turning off Weather's still pretty good as Sunlight ends in a turn. But it's going to come down to Milotic. Yeah. That's not a great first. That's not a great turn of events. I needed that thing to go down a while ago. I needed them to not be able to reset Weather and I could just go into my guy, but... I don't know. Let's see. This might still be doable. They're not going to have great damage, and yeah, that's not looking good. I am intimidating. They can just double into me. Sun is still up. But it's pretty unlikely this works out for me. Let me go for the fake out. And the coil. If they go for last respect, so be it. I think that they need to lock Wave Crash, though. If they lock Wave Crash, that's not the worst. Okay, there's Wave Crash. They're at -1, and there's still a turn of Sun. I'm going to get a defense boost. I can recover. Their Sun moves don't do that much damage. It's possible. If there's Scarf, I can maybe get away with this. And it like, by the turn order, it looks like they are Scarf. All right, I have to protect, and I need to go for the Hypnosis. Charizard doesn't have any great... actually, wait, if they go for Solar Beam here, I just lose. I kind of had to wait there. Wait, if they Solar Beamed on the Protect, I just lose. Wave Crash, tell me you didn't Solar Beam. Ah! Alright, I need the double. That sucks. Okay. Yeah, it is unfortunate that my accuracy drop kind of screwed me there. If I can get this double Protect, I'm still in it, but I'm actually like in an incredible position if I get this double Protect, but hopefully it's 30% chance I maybe win. No, we fail. Okay. That sucks. How much am I taking from this? Oh, yeah, no, I should have just swung last turn. That's entirely on me. I should have just gone for freaking Muddy Water. I was concerned with the damage. I thought I'd do a lot more than that. All right, unfortunate. Yeah, I needed the Life Orb Garchomp to drop a few turns earlier, and unfortunately the miss made it so they did not. All right. Well, we move. Hopefully it doesn't pair me against a bot again. That would suck. This channel is partnered with GamerSupps. If you want to support my work and get great tasting drinks, you can order GamerSupps through my link in the description down below, or with code Moxie boosted at checkout for 10% off. GamerSupps is a caffeinated product that I recommend only to my 18+ viewers, but my link will send you to their caffeine-free product section just in case. Every product purchased through my link supports my channel financially, so I'd really appreciate the support. Now back to the video. All right. Bishop. Interesting. I don't know if this is a bot. We are in Pokeball tier, and this could just be a bot. Okay. Let me think. I mean, Milotic is still as safe as ever. We lead off Grimmsnar on Milotic. There's weather that we can get rid of, but it's not entirely necessary. I can just do the Excadrill mode. And I think that might be a bot. No! I lose one game and you make me play another bot? Tell me, they don't have a title. Oh, God, can I stop playing bots? Okay, maybe it's not a bot. Maybe. Let's coil up and go for the light screen. Hopefully it's a freaking special victory bell. Maybe it's physical. Yeah, it's instant. I'm gonna pause it till we beat this guy. You guys don't need to watch the bot battles. I hate Pokeball tier. You lose one game in Pokeball tier, they make you play the robot. Brick break. That's hilarious. Okay. Okay, we should be at the end of this battle. I just want to use the fun team. I just want to use the fun team, and they made me play two bots. They made me play... Yes, did I lose against the first real person we encountered? Yeah. It was a good match, though. It was a very good match. I would argue a very fun match to watch. But... Alright. Bot number 2 down. Can I get a win against, like, a real person? Can I, like, get a match? against a real person to feel proud of. There we go. Pokeball rank 1. Surely they don't throw another bot at me at this point. Pokeball rank 1, it's got to be real people. It's got to be real people. Also, after winning 2 games against bots, I gotta ask, how are people stuck in Pokeball tier? All right. What the heck? Okay, I know this is a real person because not even a bot would come up with this. Trying to see what the the Weird Ear tech is, but they do have 2 Intimidates. Milotic is incredible here. No weather. There's no weather. However, there is a lot of anti-Excadrill stuff. So I'm going to say that I do get a lot of value from just leading off with screens here instead of Incineroar because Oblivious Mamoswine is a little bit of an issue. We'll bring the Excadrill in the back, and I think Final Mon Incineroar, like, yeah, like we're good to just bring double support guys, Excadrill, Milotic. No need for anti-weather. I think a single coil just ruins this guy's whole day. Mamoswine Gyarados. Cool. Give me the Defiant boost. Go for a Reflect, go for Coil, and that should be game. Communicating. Yes, this is how I know it's a real person. The communication's taking a minute. Coil. Reflect. They don't instantly lock their moves. This is a person. Thank you, game. I promise I won't lose anymore after this. You can keep giving me real opponents. There's no way there are bots in Great Ball, right? Like, there can't be bots in Great Ball. If there are bots in Great Ball, there's no excuse to be stuck in Great Ball. Which is why I'm sure there's no bots in Great Ball. Waterfall. Doesn't do much. Coil up so I can't miss these Muddy Waters, and I have a pretty accurate Hypnosis. What are you doing, man? Trailblaze? Okay. Fair. I can just go for the Muddy Water. If it's a Sash Mamoswine, I can Spirit Break into it, you know. Muddy Water, Spirit Break. Let's see if it's Sash Mamoswine. If it's not, Spirit Break will just go into Gyarados instead. The Trailblaze Mamoswine's insane tech, by the way. There's the Earthquake. Shouldn't be doing much. I have a defense boost and Reflect is up. If they crit me, it's going to do a bit, but nope. Here's the Power Whip Gyarados. That'd be really funny if it was Power Whip Gyarados. All right, Muddy Water shouldn't be able to miss since we have the Coil boost. Ooh, it is Sash Mamoswine. All right, Spirit Break will go into it. Hopefully, I can get flinched. Accuracy drop is beautiful. And we'll get rid of you. And to be frank, I don't know what else they have that can just beat Milotic. Like, Milotic with screens up is like this team's worst nightmare. I like Milotic. I like the way it plays. I always have. My issue with it is that it's so slow. Every Milotic team is so slow. Not in like speed tier, even though that is kind of true, but like in speaking of not slow, but like in a this match is going to take forever kind of way, you know? All right, let's Parting Shot that Blaziken and go right into Incineroar. If they get the speed boost, this is the greediest Blaziken I've ever seen because there's no need to speed boost against Milotic and Grimmsnarl. So if they go for Protect for the speed boost, that'd be kind of funny. All right. Okay. Going to Incineroar. I really wish I could use this Excadrill, man. I really wish I could get a game where I use this Excadrill. I love Excadrill. Waterfall is going to do basically nothing. This Muddy Water will get a double KO. Well, not a double KO. Thunder Punch kind of hurts. But yeah, we'll pick up the KO on the Blaziken pretty easily. Gyarados is going to sit on the field a little bit longer. Accuracy drop. I can feel it. Nope. Not that it matters. All right. Cool. Forfeit. Let's go into Great Ball and hopefully never see a bot for the rest of the season. I never want to see a bot again. Okay. Can I get an Excadrill game? I'd love to get an Excadrill game. I want to click freaking Horn Drill, dude. I want to click Horn Drill. I want to do what the team is meant to do. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I can justify the Excadrill here. I mean, Excadrill's probably a little bit better in the matchup than Venusaur. It's a little iffy, though. Certainly a freaking Milotic matchup, I can tell you that much. Milotic Grimmsnarl is incredible here. I'm gonna bring the Excadrill for swag purposes. And I think that I do have to bring Incineroar. Meowstic Orthworm. Probably Fake Out. I really don't see the harm in going for Coil. If it's Encore Meowstic, that could be kind of bad. I don't think anyone ever runs that move, though. We'll go for the Light Screen and Coil up. They can go for the Shed Tail. Oh, Psychic Terrain. Yep, definitely a good idea to get this Light Screen up, because I know it's about to happen. Now, unfortunately, I can't Parting Shot. I can't Parting Shot safely. The Psychic Terrain is active. I'd like to imagine that Milotic can eat a hit with this up, so I can attempt the Muddy Water Spirit Break to cut the damage, and it should be fine. Now, if they Helping Hand, that's a whole different story, but I'm really glad that I brought my Incineroar in the back. All right, here is the Expanding Force. Should do a lot, but it is a Milotic with a Light Screen up. It can definitely eat this. My only concern is Helping Hand. Gravity. Hello? What are you going for Hypnosis? That's crazy. Expanding Force. I mean, now I definitely can't miss my Muddy Waters. Yeah, it does basically nothing. All right. Muddy Water will definitely break the sub, and then Spirit Break will follow up and cut the damage quite a bit. 6-7. It's got to be Hypnosis Delphox. That being said, even if they do Hypnosis me, they're missing out on so much damage that I'm not really concerned. Like, I don't know how they make up for the damage they're missing out on by going for that Hypnosis. It's, like, not even worth it. Let's go for the Muddy Water and another Spirit Break. Obviously, Meowstic can't Hypnosis us because Psychic Terrain is up. It blocked the priority move. There's a Withdraw. Don't know what they could even go into. Yeah, I guess Rotom meets the hit pretty well. Hypnosis. They Hypnosis the wrong Pokemon, frankly. Alright, go for the Muddy Water. Solid damage into Delphox. Probably bring it down to yellow. Yep. Critical hit in the Rotom is nice. Accuracy drops don't really matter right now. Could be a nasty plot Rotom, which I wouldn't really appreciate. If that's the case, I think my play here is Muddy Water. I play as Muddy Water Parting Shot, because Grimmsnarl didn't move this turn, and Rotom isn't touching the ground, so it's not going to be protected. The Earthworm, they're just going to try to reset up, but I shouldn't take much from Thunderbolt. I'm surprised they didn't go for another... what is it called? I'm surprised they didn't go for another Hypnosis. Muddy Water. Is that in range? It could be in range. It definitely can't go for the second Shed Tail. But this Parting Shot in the Rotom's guaranteed. They don't have any switch-ins. Grimmsnarl's been asleep for 2 turns. It's not protected by Psychic Terrain unless it's an Iron Ball Rotom, which we definitely saw it's not. It would be crazy if it was Iron Ball Rotom. No! No, you are not Iron Ball. That's an Iron Ball Rotom? That can't be it. No, it's levitating. It's not protected by Psychic Terrain. It's levitating. What just happened? Hold on, I have to think through this. Am I an idiot? Am I an idiot? What just happened? Rotom isn't touching the ground because its only ability is levitate. Gravity. Gravity. That's what it is. Gravity. Forgot gravity's active. Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm like, nope. No, Marcos, use your head here. Use your head. Let's go for Protect. Parting Shot. It's Gravity. Forgot Gravity was active, because it hasn't really mattered in a minute. Alright, there we go. Parting Shot out. I'm going into my Excadrill. Because I don't even have to Mega Evolve here. I can just go for the freaking Stomping Tantrum. Alright. Milotic should tank this Thunderbolt. Stomping Tantrum KOs the Rotom. Because I have Mold Breaker. I do have Mold Breaker, right? Yeah. This also catches Delphox. Nope, did not live that. Thought I would live that. That's fine. It's gonna hurt. Go Incineroar here. Nothing on their team has the tools to deal with Incineroar, so we should be fine. Here's Meowstic. I straight up just KO the freaking thing. Alright. Let's go for Fake Out into Meowstic. Stomping Tantrum, the Earthworm. Hopefully they're not Fake Out Meowstic themselves. I'm playing like an idiot today, I do have to say. This might be... This is what happens when you don't play the game for like a week. At least it happens with me. Alright. Get through Earth Eater. Light Screen wears off. And yeah, I should just be able to go for the KO here. Delphox does not eat the Throat Chop, and there's no reason to be Mega Evolved at this point anymore. I'm just going to go for Iron Head. Make sure I get the KO on the Meowstic. Playing like a buffoon today. I feel bad. Dragonair Jordan, your I swear to God, your team took me to like 2,000 on ladder before this before the season reset. And here I am, losing in Great Ball. There's Psychic Terrain, probably just going to Heat Wave or Expanding Force. Heat Wave, doesn't matter. Incineroar doesn't take anything from it. And now we have Meowstic versus 2 Dark types, so. Oops. All right. Throat Chop. Spirit Break. Good game. Okay. There we go. Continue battling. Let's get one more. Let's get one more. All right. Okay, interesting. No Trick Room Mawile. Pretty cool. Get a lot of value from Milotic still here. We also still get a lot of value from Excadrill. You could make the case that Venusaur is the better call, and I am inclined to agree. I mean, it's probably a Mega Raichu Y, but I've hardly used the Excadrill. Guys. You gotta sympathize with me at least a little bit here. I want to use the Excadrill. And by God, I'm gonna use the Excadrill. All right. I am going to lead off with maybe the dumbest lead possible. In all circumstances, I should be leading off Milotic Grimmsnarl. I'm not going to. I'm bringing Milotic in the back. And Incineroar, and we're using the Excadrill. Because dang it, I want to use freaking Excadrill today. I don't care that it's a bad matchup. I'm going to win anyways. I should use the... I should be using the Venusaur. I'm not gonna. Content. Mawile Mousehold. Watch, it's gonna be... Usually these are Hyper Cutter, right? But if it's Intimidate, it'd be so funny. Ah! I could have let off with my Milotic. Okay. Luckily, Mawile doesn't have a ton of ways to hit me. I'm gonna go for the Horn Drill. Probably fail. Get the Reflect off. Then we'll go into Milotic because, you know. I could have just, like, instantly won by leading off Grimmsnarl and Milotic, but I want the content. Give me the content. Can I connect a Horn Drill? I haven't done that yet. This also lets me Parting Shot next turn if I'm lucky. Probably just going to Iron Head me, though. Alright, looks like no Follow Me, so high potential for damage here. Low Kick Mousehold? What are you doing? Oh my god, we actually landed it. Alright, good game. We did it, everybody! We ruined someone's day. That might just be a forfeit. Legitimately, like... Dude, that low kick did nothing. I'm a mole! I'm a mole! It doesn't do that much. Alright, I'm gonna Protect. Parting Shot. Get in my Incineroar. I'd like to imagine that Reflect and -2 is enough to allow my bulky Excadrill to live the hit. Oh, never mind. Alright, well. I'd like to imagine that Reflect and -1 is enough to allow my bulky Excadrill to live the hit. Low kick, they're still going for it. Watch them Wave Crash. I meant like into the Incineroar slot, but yeah. Definitely a Milotic play. Throat Chop. There's no reason to Parting Shot here. I'm just gonna Throat Chop for damage. We're behind Reflect. We're a physically bulky Pokemon. I know it's adaptability, but they're at -1. They're doubling into me. They're really adamant on that low kick. No? Okay. I like how I said they're really adamant. It's probably a Jolly Mousehold, though. Alright. Obviously, Friend Guard's gonna kind of save it here. No! That is Technician! That is Technician Mousehold. We are really in the trenches today. We are certainly in the trenches. Alright. Coil up, Parting Shot. And then just spam my Muddy Water. Outrage, okay. Weird moveset central here. Honestly, if they're going for Pop Bomb, okay. Wait. Critical hit to start? Are they Wide Lens? They're definitely Technician. Another crit. 9. 10. Okay, yeah. I miscounted. Well, I'm going into Excadrill. I'm clicking freaking Horn Drill for fun, man. If you're doing this, I'm clicking Horn Drill. Like, you're giving me every opportunity to try to go for the funny strategy, and I appreciate it. I have not been able to showcase this Excadrill to the level I wanted to, so I'll take the opportunity and just say thank you. I will be grateful that you allowed me to do this. Let's go for the Horn Drill. Let's miss, and then go for the Stomping Tantrum. Horn Drill. Because this is doing nothing now. This Garchomp is doing nothing. Outrage goes into Drill. Nada. Alright, just another Pop Bomb. They get confused. Pop Bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Let's see if I connect again. Nope. That being said... okay. I'll take it, man. This is a weird Excadrill showcase. Unironically, I think this team does a lot better in Master Ball. I think that in Great Ball, it's a lot harder to... In Great Ball, it is unironically a lot harder to counter team. It is a lot harder to counter team. You know? In Master Ball, it's you're facing things you expect, but... Alright. We'll call it there. This was an interesting freaking video. Thank you for watching. Bye.